To the new regime of Trinidad and Tobago, this is what I'm convinced that the Lord had spoken to the past Prime Minister and to the office of the past Prime Minister, to the past Minister of Finance and the Office of Finance. This is what the Lord said: the 2013-2014 budget and all your plans should immediately stop and be reconsidered for that which is to come upon the global economy. If you would but trust me, you will not be put to shame, for there will be a global crisis that would hit the nations of the earth, and this land is not exempted from such hit. But I forewarn you still, though you have shut me out many times and hardened your hearts and scoffed at my words over and over again, I still tell you in love to hold your plans back, your contrary plans back. I call them contrary because they are not all in my heart's desire. If you would but listen to me this once, you will not be put to shame. I counsel you this once to store up and not spend lavishly, nor squander or use unwisely, because there will be a global crisis that would hit the nations of the earth, and Trinidad and Tobago is not exempted. If you would come off your agenda and obey me this once, you will be shaken, but not as to have nothing in stock or lacking. This global crisis would be but for a short time, but it would affect the nations greatly, and within a few months it would subside, even into the year 2015. If you refuse, this will be your portion. Your treasures and your substance shall be given to the spoil, and you shall discontinue from your heritage that I give you, and your shame would be great. This says the Lord. I've made a statement to the past regime, and I will also speak to the one that is now in office, says the Lord. Invest in time and learn to redeem the time by using men that do time for their negative contribution to this land. They are within your prison walls. They have taken from this nation, and they are still taken from this nation from within the walls of the prison. Let the state lands be prepared for agriculture, and let those that have plucked up from this land in many ways sow to the land with crops and produce. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the things which is good, that he may give to him that need. Do not allow the sluggish to be fed with his hands folded. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So does poverty comes as one that travails, and your want as an armed man. So instead, let them be armed with seed, seedlings, shovels, and fork, and let them till the state lands, that they would contribute to the society for what they have taken away. I saw symbolically a huge tree, and next to it another little tree. They were connected by their roots alongside each other, and the source of the little tree was in the strength of the huge tree. They were both beautiful in the eyes of the Lord and inseparable, but the little tree was admired by men far and wide, and became of great interest to many people. They considered plucking it up for their own use, but the source of its roots was in the strength of the huge tree, for they are entwined and inseparable. The source of the huge tree was from a black river of crude that the Lord himself hath provided, for he had planted both trees on it for its sustenance. I saw many people eating of their fruits because of its abundance. Many ate and turned their back. Some climbed to the top of these fruit trees and fell off. Some climbed and branches broke with them, only hurting the tree. Some climbed and were pushed off. Some filled their basket and left, never looking back. Then I saw the huge tree started to wither on one side and was fruitful on the other side. Half was dry and the other half was fruitful. The side that was fruitful was hanging over a fence, but the dry side was where its roots were planted and entwined with the little tree. I saw persons from the other side of the fence picking from its branches that was hanging over the fence, some violently cutting off its branches with its fruit. The elderlies that have seen the trees flourish and enjoyed its shade and fruits now have found themselves under the branches with few leaves and no fruits. The winds have blown and they were shaken, and they have not been uprooted. How have their leaves withered and their fruit become few? The little tree is barely admired anymore by many, but its internal sap have kept it. Look to me and live, you trees. I am the source of your sap. It is not in the black river of crude that runs through you. It is in me. It is time to work. It is time to till the ground. Many have eaten and grow fat and sluggish. Few there be that have dug around the roots of the trees to nourish it. Prepare the state lands for agriculture, and it must be done, even in troubled times. There is an evil generation that would stand against this, but it can be done, even in troublesome times. Utilize your inmates, those that have offended society. Give them an opportunity to reintegrate themselves with society. Let them plant the land. Let them refurbish the schools. Those that have taken the life of men and have been regenerated by me and hold fast to my testimony behind the walls. Give them an opportunity to breathe life into the nation's youths, to deter them from a life of crime, and so doing may save some. Your black river of crude can no longer sustain you. Your leaves have withered. Men have stolen from you, and now you are left with but a few fruits. Listen, I am the source of your sap. Listen and take counsel from me. I am your God. It is I that have planted you. I have entrusted you to gardeners, but they did not take care of you. Take counsel and live. Dig up your fallow grounds, both spiritually and naturally, and you will live through many droughts because of me. Sow to yourself righteousness and live before me. Sow to the land, turn from your greed and live. While you slept, your enemy have poisoned your roots, causing the tree to be half dry and half fruitful. He have sown the poison of racism, prejudice, nepotism, and division. It is time to go into the fields and work. It is time to beat your swords of racism and prejudice into plowshares, and your spears of nepotism and division into pruning hooks. All must work because of that which is to come upon the global economy. If you would but trust me, you will not be put to shame. To a few of you, gardeners of my people, the church, you too have eaten of the fruits of this huge tree. It was meant for you to eat, but not in deceit. You have taken that which was violently cut off, and from over the fence. The branch with the fruit in your hands are now dry, while they say, where's your God? You should know better that I am your source, and this was taken violently from the tree and over the fence. As for you, your work is double. Sow to yourself and sow to the people in righteousness, to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world had been hidden in me, who created all things by Jesus Christ, that Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith, that you being rooted and grounded in love may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, and to know the love of Christ which passeth knowledge, that you might be filled with all my fullness, says the Lord.